Modern Mahjong's here with Saturday, April 26, 2025, Daily Talk of the Tiles. If you're watching this on Instagram, you could find the full video on YouTube on Modern Mahjong. Today's tile topic and tip is about best practices. What do we mean by this term when it relates to Mahjong? In our visual companion guide for American Mahjong, we focus our graphics based on rules, strategies, best practices, and etiquette. We use the official rules from Mahjong Made Easy, as well as bulletins from the league and calls and letters to the league. Mahjong's a game of friendship. Often in Mahjong Made Easy, the official rules include words like should or recommend, and many of the rules are rules without penalty. However, in our opinion, if you follow the league recommendations, often you're displaying best practices and avoiding having a dead hand. And here's a great example. Mahjong Made Easy provides a called tile should be placed on top of the rack and not in the rack. It is preferable to place the called tile on top of your rack before taking tiles from your rack to make the exposure. So note that entire rule, the league confirmed there's no penalty if this is not followed. Be sure to check with the tournament director, because if you pick a tile, if you claim a tile and place it in your rack rather than on, your hand could be called dead. So that is a tournament rule normally, not a home rule. Many players have discussed with their group, and if somebody's calling Mahjong and they put a discard in their rack, they don't get the Mahjong, because that is a very opportune time that there has been seen of cheating. So you don't want to assume that people cheat in Mahjong, but certain rules are there for a reason. The back of the card also explains that a player's turn begins when they either pick or claim a tile. Note that it does not start when it says a player exposes tiles from their rack. So technically your turn hasn't started yet and you're short a tile. But the exception to next in line permits players to do this. Mahjong's a looking and listening game. Following best practices could prevent a player's hand from being declared dead. Player A, to follow best practices, should hear a discard, say call, look and confirm that the tile named was the actual tile discarded, pick that tile up, place it on the flat top part of the rack, and then add tiles from the sloping part of the rack. If they expose tiles first and they misheard the tile, or it was misnamed, their hand could be called dead, and there's no penalty to the person that discarded and misnamed the tile. Perhaps in the future, the league will be stricter and require players place the claimed discard first before exposing tiles on their rack. For now, it's only a recommendation. Then the exception to next in line, which we've discussed several posts and videos, that exception would no longer be needed. Of course, there's always going to have to be a rule of who gets the tile, and it's next in line, and the current exception is unless another player began to expose tiles to claim that discard. But here, as we discussed in this video, maybe that'll change. Today's hand of the day. Hand 13579, number 5, is a seemingly ordinary hand of a pung of flowers, and then you have a single 135 and two kongs, 7 and 9. The reason we're focusing on this is sometimes certain hands just get overlooked unless you see it in something like today's daily video. So we're focusing on this because it's in one suit or three suits, and it's really a great hand that kind of goes under the radar and can be very helpful when you're collecting odd tiles, but not necessarily enough of all of them. So you're only really collecting 7s and 9s, so then you only need 3 singles. If you have ideas for future daily talk of the tiles, let us know. You could comment below or send us an email. We have 3 Zooms coming up, the 28th, the 30th, and May 1st. They're at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the 28th and the 1st, and 11 a.m. on the 30th. It's going to be a 75-minute Zoom discussing the card in detail, helping you prepare to pivot when your hands just aren't working out. If you play Canasta, we invite you to join us in New York City, October 11th and 12th. You could go to bit.ly/CanastaCon25 to find out more and find out how to register. With all this great information we share on our daily talks and our other videos and our other posts, if you aren't following us and this just popped up in your feed, what are you missing out on? Tag your friends so they don't miss out too. We hope you join us if you're on Facebook on Mahjong Community, and on Facebook and Instagram, Modern Mahjong. With that, we hope you have a great day and a great game.